Hello everyone. Welcome to ixamBee. Today we have with us Mr. Rameshwara Rao Gupta, who has cleared the EPFO exam for this year. Many congratulations, Rameshwar.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
And one more important update that Rameshwar gave us is not that he has just cleared it, he's also got a rank of 90 for this particular exam. So double congratulations. First clearing
Thank you,
in
ma'am.
itself is so difficult, and you've also scored a rank. So many congratulations once again from the entire team of ixamBee, Rameshwar.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Rameshwar, can you give a little brief about yourself, your background, and how you thought of appearing for EPFO exam?
Ma'am, actually, I have completed my engineering from Bangalore MSRIT.
Okay.
Then I went on to work in L&T Infotech for 2.5 years. And then I thought of preparing for civil services. So I left my job and I was preparing for civil services. Then I came across this notification of EPFO. The syllabus was quite similar to civil services exam. So I thought of applying for it, and then eventually I got through it.
Great. But it was a very long wait. So how did you prepare for the written exam? And after that, how did you move to the next stage preparation?
Initially, when the written exam was announced, tentative date was given. So before that date, I had completed the civil services syllabus already. Okay. So civil services portion, I didn't need to read again. So I focused on accounting. For accounting, I referred to the NCRTs. Then I made my notes about the labor laws and the new labor codes and social security. And then before the exam, I also revised the science NCRTs till class 12, because EPFO previous paper, there were many direct science questions.
True. So you did your research in terms of the comparison of how these questions have been in the past and what all topics are covered before you started preparing.
Ma'am, I went through the one question paper because there is only one previous question paper for this exam.
Yes.
So I went through the whole 2017 question paper and I solved it once. Then I analyzed which all areas I need to practice and which areas I'm strong enough. So I found that areas like polity, economy, and history were strong enough because of my civil service preparation. And I had to focus on accounts, labor laws, a bit of touch up for my aptitude. And that's how I prepared for my written exam.
Okay, so as you mentioned, a lot of UPSC candidates actually gave this exam, and mostly science, accounts, and labor laws was something that they had to do in addition to their UPSC preparation. Yes. And you had referred to the NCRT books for that, so that kind of level of questions was enough for the preparation.
Yes, actually in 2017, accounting was tougher, but I know I couldn't cover everything. So I thought that I'll cover NCRTs and just do that. And this time accounting was easier.
Easy.
So NCRTs were sufficient.
Was sufficient. So it helped you, your strategy worked in that.
Yes.
And how many hours were you studying specifically for EPFO?
Ma'am, for accounts and labor laws and all those things, I dedicated 15 days once. Then the exam got postponed. Again, before the exam, for 15 days, I prepared for this.
Okay, that time you totally focused on EPFO exam and
yes.
All the revisions. And how many times would have you done the revision, Rameshwar?
For the civil services portion, many times revision was already over. And for this accounts and all, I revised 3 times.
Okay, great. That's very important, and that's very good actually, because revision actually increases our confidence, helps us to increase the coverage and help us recall whatever we have learned. So it's a very important thing, and it's great to hear, Rameshwar, that you 3 times you had revised your syllabus, and that's why I'm sure you found it easy also. Many candidates may not have found accounts easy, as you are saying. So after this, the next level was interview. Even the result for written came out after a long gap. And once that was announced, the interview dates also took quite a long time to be
interview dates took almost 1 year.
Almost 1 year, yes. So how did you keep yourself motivated or engaged enough to prepare or to keep on track for the interview stage?
Ma'am, actually EPFO is not a regular exam.
Yeah.
So none of us can only depend on that. So all of us will have some other exam that we are preparing. Let it be regulatory boards or UPSC or state PCS or bank, something people will be preparing. So
Yeah.
the focus should be on that exam. Along with that, we can dedicate some half an hour or 20 minutes a day for this interview, like looking after DAF details or the places together. Mostly for interview, once the dates are announced, I had sufficient time because my interview was quite late.
Okay. Okay. So once the date were out, what was your strategy? How did you prepare for interview?
Once the date was out, I took out my DAF. I made notes for each and everything that is there in my DAF. My hobbies, my place,
Very
the places
nice.
where I have worked, where I have studied, and about my name, its origin. For everything that is there in my DAF, I had at least one page notes, or I knew it completely. So that is mainly because one needs confidence. Our preparation gives us confidence. If we are confident, even if the questions are outside of our DAF, we can handle it. But if we are not confident, we will not be able to handle those questions. So I prepared a comprehensive notes.
That's very good approach, actually, and that's what interview is all about. We're testing a lot of your knowledge has already been tested in the written exam, and in interview, your personality, your confidence level, your ability to handle different situations or questions that may or may not be topics of which you are aware all the time.
Yes.
That is what is very, very important. And as you mentioned, your DAF or your biodata, whatever has been submitted to the organization, that works like your kundli, that
Yes.
everything about yourself, and the more and more you know about it, the better performance is at least we can expect to do. So Rameshwar, you also came for mock interview at ixamBee.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you find that guidance, and how was it helpful for your actual interview?
Ma'am, along with the mock interview, I've also seen the videos of ixamBee that they have provided. Sanjeev Pandey sir videos are good there. They give a lot of insights about how to prepare for interviews and how to develop self-confidence. And the mock interview itself was very good. Like it was not an easygoing interview. The Sanjeev sir tried to pressurize me. He put me in pressure. He asked me questions that I didn't know. So those things helped me to uh, have a real simulation of the interview.
Right.
And then the inputs that they have given were also very helpful. Like he said, focus on this job more, or try to be more confident, know about factual things about when we are speaking. So those tips also helped me a lot in my preparation.
Great, great. Yes. So actually, Sanjeev sir is very, very experienced, not just in his technical field, but also he is a life coach. So, the soft skills and aspects related to personality and confidence, he is able to guide very, very nicely and to the point to the candidates. So it's very nice to hear that all the guidance was helpful for you, Rameshwar. So, Rameshwar, what is your future plan now? What are you looking forward to?
Ma'am, now in next month I have my UPSC mains. So I'll be focusing on that now. And then once CPFO comes, I'll join it, and then I'll see where I'll go.
That's very nice, and our best wishes for that. Any tips you would want to give to students who are preparing for in future if EPFO vacancies do come out, and otherwise also various exams that UPSC keeps holding. What learnings can be drawn? How they can utilize the time, because many times it's very difficult to predict the
Yes.
timings of these UP exams that are conducted by UPSC, and many times, like we saw in the case of EPFO, it was actually 2020 started
Yes.
exam notification, which finally got concluded in 2022 now. So it takes a long time. And so, how to remain focused, how to utilize our time and the overlapping aspects, so that the knowledge or the studies don't go waste at all. So, any
Um,
tips you would like to give?
First of all, for any EPFO exam or non-regular recruitment, a person first needs to look at the syllabus. What are the strengths of a person and the weakness of a person? Because I'm preparing for civil services, for me something will be easier. A person who is not preparing for civil services might find science, GK easier. So depending upon the person's strengths, he has to first analyze, because
Yeah.
one tailor-made strategy will not be suitable for everyone. And once they have prepared for the exam, they should make a plan to complete the syllabus beforehand, because completing the syllabus at the last moment will create a lot of confusion.
True.
And then for confidence, one needs to have self-belief that whenever the exam will be held, I will clear it. Without that belief, it's very difficult to get motivated.
True. And it's like, yes, please.
Students, as far as possible, should follow the original sources. They will be elaborate and they give the background knowledge also. And then the materials or notes, whatever make, will be very good for revision.
Good. Right.
Without original sources, it's difficult to answer conceptual questions.
Conceptual.
And those 2-3 questions only make the difference.
True, Rameshwar, because in a competitive exams, what is easy, it's easy for most students, and what is difficult for most students. So if we have good conceptual understanding, and most of the competitive exams over the years, if we see the pattern, they are testing more and more of your conceptual understanding now rather than factual understanding. Of course, there is some mixture. I'm not saying 100%, but the inclination and the proportion of conceptual questions has been increasing. So it is very, very important from where you study and from whom you study, if in case you are taking any help. Because those people should have conceptual understanding before you can guide. Otherwise, only focusing on shortcut tricks or short-term notes, which you have not made yourself, may not help you in the long term. So very, very nice points given to you, and very nicely summarized, Rameshwar. I'm sure this will help and motivate a lot of students.
I hope, ma'am. I hope so.
Absolutely. And wishing you again all the best for your UPSC mains and your journey at EPFO. And from the entire team of ixamBee. Thank you so much, Rameshwar, for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And I thank ixamBee for their guidance, and the response also to arrange a mock interview was very quick and hassle-free. So I thank ixamBee for that.
Thank you so much for your kind words.